This video I'm going to show how I find leaking air in my tire that is slowly deflating on me. The first thing I need to do is take the tire off, so I'll locate a mount point for the jack behind the rim and then crank up the rear tire to remove the lug nuts. I don't jack it up all the way though, so the tire won't spin on me when I'm trying to break all the lug nuts free. Then after I have them loose, I'll jack up the tire the rest of the way to remove the nuts and pull the tire off. Next I need to fill the tire back up so it will start leaking air again, which I'll do by taking the valve cap off and attaching my tire inflator that's hooked up to my air compressor. Now I'll create some soapy water, which is what I use to find the leaking air, so I'll just pour a little dish soap into a spray bottle and fill it with water. Then I'll start spraying around to look for bubbles to form where the air is leaking, which is usually in the tread from running over something that punctures the tire. And when that is the case, you will most likely need a tire plug kit, which includes a tool to rough up the puncture and another tool to insert the plug with some glue to patch the hole. I didn't see any bubbles being formed in the treads, so I will spray down the front of the tire, focusing mostly on the outside of the rim. And I don't see any bubbles being formed there either, so I'll flip the tire over and spray the back to look for air leaking on the other side. Then when I think I see some bubbles, I'll spray the areas I think are leaking to reveal even more bubbles, which means I've found where the air is leaking out of my tire. The first leak is near me at the rim, and the other leak is across the tire at the rim as well, so this just means that I don't have a good seal at my tire bead, and I need to try forcing a better one. So to do that, I'll flip the tire back over and use my valve core removal tool to remove the core, which will allow me to force a bunch of air into the tire to try to get a better seal. It will also allow me to push the tire bead down off the rim a little so I can spray in soapy water, which I'm hoping will help create a more even seal when I force a bunch of air back in. So I'll do that by removing the nozzle on my air blow gun so I can put it over the valve and release the air from my compressor into the tire faster. You have to be very careful not to blow in too much air though, because the tire can explode on you and people have died from this happening. I watch for the tire to start expanding a little, and then give it a second before removing the gun off the valve to pound around the tire a little. And I'll do that 3 times hoping to create a better seal at the bead. Then I'll insert the valve core and screw it back in so I can inflate the tire to the PSI that should be stated on the side of the tire somewhere. Now I'll flip the tire back over to spray soapy water all around and pound it with a plastic mallet to look for bubbles again, which I don't see any, so I'll assume I have the rear tire bead all sealed up. So I will jack the rear up more so I can fit the tire on, and then put all the lug bolts back so I can tighten them up just before letting the jack down. And after the car is off the jack, I'll tighten the lug bolts up once more to make sure the rim is all the way on. Hopefully this video has helped, and feel free to ask any questions that you still may have in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more quick and on-point videos.